Hey, what's up, Will? What's up, everyone?
All right. Can you hear me now? Looks like it. Looks like it.
Yep.
All right, cool. Yeah. So let's see, 6 minutes. Let's run through the charts, chat markets, and see what we've got going on. All right, you guys see my chart, right?
Yep.
All right, cool. So Bitcoin, nothing too crazy. We already talked about these moves. We're kind of on this higher end here. It looks like they want to take a third hit up, possibly. I'm looking for this to play down to here, but they could always impulse up before they come down. That'll get people extra bullish. You'll get a lot of longs trapped up here, and then price will come down from there. We do have good support in this range. They keep trying to bounce price right across here. A little bit questionable on why they're picking this position specifically. And if you look, this is kind of your shift up into your pullback, near shift, right? Into your pullback, near shift. Now they brought price right back to the pullback, right? The body candle pullback. Moved it up, came back down, retested it, and then shifted away again, right? Now, a lot of people were trying to go long here, which was really dumb. It was really dumb. And I'll show you why, because people just aren't paying attention to price, but you got easy to see resistance right there on a daily, right? It's not difficult to see resistance all the way across. But everybody's screaming higher highs, higher highs, higher highs. You got a lot of people right now yelling for 150K Bitcoin, all sort of stuff. I don't know if you guys saw the post. I posted it the other day. Actually, somebody else posted it and I just reposted it. But basically, the guy that was calling for 150K in 90 days went back and revised it and said that it'll take 90 months. So go ahead and break that down into years. This guy, the one everybody was praising.
What a bozo.
Look, right here, explains 1 million Bitcoin bet rationale, says could take 90 months, not 90 days. And everybody was referencing this guy like he was a genius. Like everybody was. I don't even know what to say, honestly, when you look at it, because a little bit of a rant, but I definitely want to get through price and stuff like that today. This is why I don't listen to the general public. It's honestly ridiculous. The people on Twitter live in like some kind of like separate world outside of reality. So this is our move. We're basically just trending. We can hold the highs as long as they want. This is the high end of the range. This is the low end of the range. Until we break out of this range holds true. And typically this would be a bear flag pattern, which is a breakdown pattern. Not a breakout pattern, but it can invalidate me and push up to the upside. That can definitely happen. Not at all calling that can't happen. I'm just saying, like, I follow the patterns. I trust the patterns. Bull flag or bear flag pattern, I'm saying breakdown. Bull flag pattern, I'd say breakout. Right here, drop. Bull flag pattern, breakout, right? Bear flag pattern, breakdown. That's the expectation here. If I get proven wrong, I get proven wrong at the end of the day. You got to have a system. That's just what it is. If you don't have a system and you're just like up only, okay, sure. Then don't even worry about highs and lows. There's no point in even showing up here. Just buy wherever you want to buy and hold forever. I heard people say that theory too. Like, why would you ever sell your Bitcoin? Why would anybody sell their Bitcoin? Why do you buy any asset? You buy an asset to make money. Why? Because money has value. What do assets have? They have appreciation. How do you buy a car? Do you go to a car dealership and give them 5 Tesla stocks? Or 200 Tesla stocks? Sorry, we'll revise that a little bit. Do you go to a car dealership and give them 200 Tesla stocks? Anybody?
No, you don't.
So if you need to buy a car and you don't have cash on hand and you want to pay cash, what do you have to do if you only have Tesla stocks?
Liquidate.
You have to liquidate the Tesla stocks into what? In the currency, in the dollars, in the yen, in whatever your currency is. But you have to liquidate it back into your native currency to be able to buy something. Like the theory of why would you sell your Bitcoin is just so dumb, so dumb. If you're looking to accumulate for long-term wealth, okay, it's your savings account. It's still a savings account. It's not a hold forever till I die and then pass on to my kids and then pass on to their kids. Like, why? What is the point? What is the point? I'm just giving you guys a deeper thought on that, right? Yeah, and you have to look at appreciation too, right? Like, how much can your assets appreciate? I mean, Bitcoin, I'm probably looking at, I think this cycle we might be looking at like a 6x, 7x, 8x, something like that. And then most stocks, when people sit there laughing, like, look at stocks, they're up 70%. It's like, okay, it's a stock. It might gain 100% gain this year. That's 1x. Who cares?
Yes.
Like if you're looking to make wealth, it's not buying big blue chips. It's not buying Nvidia. It's not buying Tesla. It's not buying Apple or Microsoft, or especially not Apple. Apple's $1 trillion market cap. Think of how much money it takes to move the price of Apple. Like you're better off buying rocks. So here's your price action. We got a solid hold here, drop, solid hold here, push, downtrending, bear bull flag to pattern into a bear flag pattern. Expectations, the low end range is sitting around 25. High end range, if they want to pop up, which they perfectly can. I want to be very clear on that. They can definitely go for the high before they go for the low here. But again, when it comes to risk to reward, let's go ahead and let's throw up some stuff here. Here's your reward, right? Here's your reward. And over here is your risk. Which one's bigger?
Risk.
Your risk. So is it better to try and play this short or play it long? Based off of risk to reward.
Short.
It's better to play it short. This is what I consistently try to teach people and try to tell people all the time. Play the better odd position here. What would I do to protect myself if I'm playing short and the market goes long? I would set a stop loss. Where would my stop loss be? Well, it would more than likely be above this channel, right? Where would I be looking for price? I would probably come over to where previous price previously was, either this candle or this candle. I would then draw a line straight across, and there's my price, right? If I want to stop, I'll take it to the highest position of where price can touch. And look at that, right there at the cross, right? I take it to the highest position where price can touch. And then I would set a stop probably just above that, probably like 33, right? That would be my stop. Now 33 is far from where we are. So you're going to take a hit here. But if you want to leverage this position, that's basically how you would do it, right? If you wanted to take a spot position, you could take a spot from here, right? But your best bet in this position, because you're where? You're playing around in the middle, but you're on the upper end of the middle, right? So if you want to take some risk here and you want to take a spot, which will be less risk, right? Spot, obviously, eventually it'll come back up. So no big deal if you don't want to leverage your position. You could take a spot position here, but you got to understand that you got to have stops in place, right? Where should your stops be if you're long? If you're long, your stop should be below the lowest candle. So your stops will be 26. It's almost the same stop on both ends of loss, right? So be careful here. I would not be bidding this zone. I already had shorts because I caught it as it was kind of freaking out that day. And I caught it near the high, and 30K was my range. Came right up, boom, pretty much tapped it, right? 30,030, tapped it right on the nose, took the short, took 20% on the drop, let it ride. Now I'm going to see where this thing will go. If I get knocked out of my position, my 20% will cover my fees and my losses for my stop. That is why I took some off the table when I got the first drop. And that is why when we come down, if we come down and complete my pattern here to the 25K zone, I'll then exit my full leverage short position and I will be attempting a long position from here, right? Where would I set my long stops at? Well, we can see right here, this comes right across the highs, right? Comes right across the highs. So I'd probably set my stops below my lows, right? Because if you break this structure right here, you break this structure, you're coming down and you're coming down pretty far, right? You can hit this 22 and you have good potential to even come all the way down to this 19. So you don't want to break this structure. You don't want to break this right here. You want to hold that on the daily. So if I were looking to hold if I were looking to take a long from here, like I said, I would take the long here and it might even dip down in here a little bit, but you don't want to see it violate this support. That's the support you want it to hold. If it breaks this support, you need to be out of your trade. So if you wanted to be extra safe, you could take it right here, 23.8 as and you could bring your stop maybe down to like 23.4, 23.5, right? Because if it gets down into these zones, it's more than likely gonna bounce back up, hit, and then drop. So just
It
have your
will.
stops ready to go. Yeah.
Hey, Will, is that support? Is that a support just because of that one white candle?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Last down before the last up. So you went
Gotcha.
up, you got shut down, you flipped, you came back up.
Okay, so just
So
one
there's
candle.
momentum here, there's price here.
Got you.
If you were to take this across, this isn't the only one. That candle identifies a lot of support. Resistance,
Resistance, right?
support, resistance, support. Boom.
All right, thanks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, if you ever question it, just run the line further.
Right.
See how many things it touches, right? You got the same thing over here. Look. All the way over here. Resistance, resistance, support.
If
And
it
now
was,
that we're up here, because we've rejected this zone so many times, it doesn't mean, now if you look here, that's exactly where we should hit, right? But they can always leak a little further to try and grab liquidity. That would be them just reaching for this liquidity right in here. Because why? Because anytime price came in here, it instantly pulled out, right? Anytime price came in here, it instantly pulled out. So the momentum play here for upside would be, because we're above there, right? We broke through it. Anytime price moves in here, right? It should move out. That's the momentum play. Because now it should be the opposite reaction of what it was to previously. Does that make sense? Anybody confused by that?
yeah, basically when it hit it as a resistance, it went right down.
It went down. It went down, right? And now, because we're above it, it should bounce out. That's how you create momentum. That's how momentum was played in these markets. Now, you could see very easily the impulse moves that they did here. They did impulse 1, they did impulse 2, and typically there are 3 impulses. So expectations are they would hit this 25, roll up, impulse 3, right? 3 impulses do not listen to people if they start saying, oh, you're going to 50K, 100K, 20K. If it comes up and rejects up here, that's it. This move is done. It's done. And I'm telling you, without a doubt, this bear flag will break down. If they can't get above this bear flag on this next impulse move, because I am dead set on them pulling down, coming up, hitting the high, and rejecting. If they can't break out of this rejection, which would put them in like the 40K zone, right? They get into 40K. Hey, this is now flip support. This is your new support right here. If they flip 40K. They can't flip into 40K. They come up, they hit this 35, 36, 37, which is expectations for the high here. They start hitting these zones and come back down. Expect they're going to break. They're going to come down. They're going to hit this zone a second time, right? They're going to hit it a second time because right here, they're going to hit it. And right here, they're going to hit it. They're going to then bounce up, hit the bottom of the bear flag, and then reject. And this is on a weekly time frame. And your ABC should be a higher low, right? Should be a higher low. So expectations would be to revisit 19.6, 19.49. One last time. If all structure plays. This is really far out thinking. And it would be better to visit once we started getting to these levels, right? Once we started getting back to these zones, once we got this last impulse and saw that the impulse failed, that's when you want to revisit this theory. But this is where I think price is going. If price breaks out, we will revisit the drawing board. We will understand price will come back to retest 32 and could hold here. Could hold here. So again, if you wanted a spot here, you could. If you want to take it lower, take it lower. Let me ask you guys a question. I want to honest answer. Are you guys actually buying Bitcoin? Anybody?
Order for 12,000, but other than that, no, I'm not.
Okay, so you got an order for 12,000. Anybody else buying Bitcoin?
No.
Okay, so this shouldn't even matter to you in reality, right? And I'm in the same boat as the rest of you. Believe me, I get a little bit, but like I'm not. The majority of my degen goes into degen's plays. It goes into realistic gain, big gain plays, right?
Well, it kind of still matters because everything else moves according to Bitcoin.
Correct. Yeah. And I was going to get to that part of the conversation. So it doesn't matter in the fact that some of these lower caps are still on floors, even with Bitcoin's movement, right? They haven't moved out their floors. Some of them have. And what I would say is the ones that have, I would avoid. And the ones that haven't, I would be watching and looking to take positions on. That's what I'm saying. So there are a lot that still haven't got a lot, and there are some that just haven't had a lot of price action movement in general, right? So that's another thing you got to look at. So you got to be like, all right, these ones haven't really seen a lot of price action. So this is something I want to look at or watch, whatever. Like your top, I would say your top 50 and up are going to move pretty much in sync with Bitcoin for the most part. Like let's go to Mana real quick. Let's look at it. Let's go year to date. So see where price is and see where price was. Now, here's the thing I want you guys to understand. This is a 1 billion cap, by the way. So again, your gains are very limited here. This might get to 8, 15 billion, something like that. So with that being said, the majority of the money is already in this. So I would be actively looking for new things personally, right? That's my biggest thing. I'm looking for new investments. I'm not looking for old stuff that ran in 2021. I can tell you guys, undoubtedly, I watched a lot of people do that in 2021 that were in since 2018, and it didn't work out too well for them. Prices did not go higher than previous highs. Here, let's use Litecoin as an example. Here's Litecoin. Here's previous cycle. Here's 2021. How much did you gain?
Nothing really.
You gained
depends.
nothing. Yeah, there's literally nothing here, right? Yeah, PayPay's been out a while, man. I'd be careful. That one's been running. It's been running really hard against the cooldown. And we'll get into memes. So you get 2.10 billion, 2.9 billion. So if you didn't sell the top over here, or actually no, sorry, look, 13.24 billion in volume, right? Look over here at this volume. What does it say right there for volume?
Two 2.1.
Now, why do you think there's 2.1 here and 13 billion here?
Are people messing around with the coin at that time?
Maybe the same people buying more.
No, they
More
buy
exit
the top.
liquidity. There's a lot of people buying the top, but there's a lot of selling. A lot of selling up here. So these people filled their bags, bull run, boom, sold a lot up here, right? So the activity was sitting around 2.10 billion at this high. Then they continued to accumulate their bags more and more and more and more and more. And as soon as they got to about the same peak, it took 13 billion in volume, right? You're almost the same peak. Almost the same peak. And you have how many more X's? You have 6 more X's
That's exactly why you
volume.
don't hodl.
Yeah, that's exact. This is the exact conversation I was having with you guys in 2021, Erica. As well, I was like, look, I was like, yes, dude, sell everything up here. I'm like, everything's already high. And then, a lot of people were really talking about mass adoption and yada yada and super cycle. And if you wrote these coins down, you got wrecked. I mean, DOT went from what, $50 a coin to $5?
Yeah, yeah, $50. I was up there.
Yeah, look, $50 a coin. Now worth $6.
Now you should be
But-
accumulating.
Yeah, like you could accumulate this and you could be like, all right, I'll get a 10x off it. But again, you know what you're getting, right? You know what you're getting.
Right.
So 10x on DOT, come over here. And that's the only real use case to buying old coins is you know what you're getting. And that's all you should expect. From cycle to cycle, these coins do not do more. They don't. They do pretty much the same as they did previous cycles. Look at Avalanche. So Avalanche got up to 134, currently worth, I don't know, $17, $18. So again, another 10x. All these top 10 coins are going to do like 10x. These top 50, top 100, right? It's a solid 10x. That's all you got to worry about. So if that's what you're looking for as a 10x, that's what these are here for, right? If you're looking for more, I would say go beyond what we saw in 2021 because there are lots of opportunities out there. Oops, let's go back. I don't know why does this look like this? What is going on here? So they have more price history back here. I don't know what's going on there, but they've been around these guys have been around since like 17. I don't know why they're not
Been
showing
around a
trading
while.
volume from further back. Let's see. What I would do is if I was looking for safe investments that I wanted to take advantage of in the next bull run, is I would just look at the highs of the previous. If you're looking for or we'll say safer, sorry, nothing's ever really safe in crypto, but I would look at the previous bull run. I would see if they're active and be like, all right, well, this hit 12.95, currently running at $1. I get a 12x off it. Already 100% of theta in circulation. Don't have to worry about getting dumped on. Market cap's $1 billion. That means I might get to 12 billion, 15 billion, and I can dump my bags. And that's how I think about this market. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. Like this is, I don't shoot for, well, what if it goes to 20? What if I get a 24x? What if it goes to 24 billion? I don't speculate like that. Like if you're looking to make money, you get to all-time high, dump them. If they're old coins. But this is your expectation on gains. This is your expectation on gains. Never expect more than your previous cycle. If you're buying old coins.
And take your profit on the way up.
Yep. That's basically it. Well, a lot of them will. The only one that hasn't, and this is the crazy part, and this is what is making me think XRP is turning more into a penny stock, is XRP. Look, 2018 high. Boom, look at that. $3. 2021 high. Couple bucks. Right? Never made any higher than that. This is a downtrending cycle by cycle move. That means that XRP technically in next cycle could see less gains. If you were to draw a line. I know that's not what some of you guys might want to hear. I know some of you guys might be in XRP, and stuff like that, but like this is reality. I'm just being real, right?
The XRP been in the top 10 for 10 years, over a decade already,
Yeah.
It's not gonna ever get out of the top 10.
I'm gonna be the only person to ever be real with you guys. I'm telling you, 100% in this space. I will be the realest person about everything. And there's a lot of people out there who will just make up stuff. Really, that's what it is. They're just making stuff up, making up use cases, making up why things will happen, making up scenarios that aren't even a reality and saying this is what's going to happen with this coin and this is why it's going to explode. And it's not even something that's being talked about. They're gonna be like, oh, Google's gonna want it, you know, Facebook's gonna want it, Amazon's gonna want it. Why? Why? They can build their own blockchains. Why do they want that? Amazon has its own blockchain. AWS is a blockchain. A lot of crypto projects exist on AWS, which means if AWS goes out, those crypto projects go out. As far as hosted websites and everything else, I don't know, I bet a lot of you didn't know that. And that this is just the reality of things, right? And this one, while ICP is down, right? Down massively. So, hey, I put some money on this. Why? Goes halfway back up. That's still a lot of money. What did this top out at? $700-800 a coin?
Yeah, but that was a fluke because of that FTX stuff.
It was. So, hey, we'll go 200-300. Still more X's in the top 10. Do you see what I'm saying? Like I'm literally cutting the gains in half. I'm cutting them in less than half. 200-300 is what was that? $700. Yeah, it's basically 3x down. I'm giving it a 3x down position.
What about Solana? It was overhyped too.
People made their money in Solana. What are they going to come back into Solana for at $23? The high, 240.
Jesus.
You get a 10x if it goes back to all-time high. That's it, 10x. So this is why I tell people, like, you see green, yeah, great. Okay, I saw green. It doesn't mean you're gonna gain much out of these. It's just like Shiba. Like, what are you gonna get out of Shiba?
Nothing.
What do you get? What do you get to? Let's see. How many zeros here? 0.0, 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. All right. And we're currently at 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we're at 4 zeros. This is a 7x from here. This is a 7x if Shiba can get 50 billion, 45 billion. You think people are going to put 45 billion in Shiba next cycle?
Yeah.
They might. I don't know. But is it worth going into
Go get it,
Shiba for a
dude.
10x when I can buy any other coin
Go
and
get
get
it.
a 10x?
Go get it, B. Go get it.
It's not, right? And this is what I'm trying to show you guys right now. Like, I'm trying to show you reality, right? That's all I'm trying to do. Like, there's no gains. If you want gains for a 10x, go safety. Don't go memes, right? If you want to be degen, you gotta dig gutters. You gotta dig toilets for degen plays for next cycle. Like some really, really, like, not pay, not a lot of these other coins. Like, you gotta dig some really deep dive stuff, and you gotta be willing to lose it on whatever you're betting on. Engine 397 topped out at 385. Currently running 30. Again, another 10x, right? Back to all-time high 10x.
What about RAD?
Which one?
RAD.
Oh, RAD. I don't think RAD really got a move in last cycle.
I think it did 21, didn't it? 1921.
2688 looks like, and currently it's running at about $2. So again, another 10x.
Yeah, no. Shit.
we're digging for you guys. Like, look, I'm trying to think of something that's, profitable that'll get you guys a solid win. Let's go with Audius. A high of $3, it looks like. 360. Currently at 30 cents. Another 10x. All right, let's keep going. Let's see how far down the rabbit hole we have to go here to get an actual good play. I don't know about Horizon. Let's try Illuvium. Okay. Illuvium dropped down hard. Still not a lot in circulation, so this one's a little bit sketch. 141 million. This one topped out at $1,800, currently valued at 52. So let's pull out the calculator.
After that, check big data protocol.
All right. So 1,800 divided by 52. That's a 34x. If it can get back to all-time high, this is a 34x. That's not expecting more. That's expecting less. So if you wanted to be safe, just call it a cool 20. Cool 20. If this project survives, does well, this is a cool 20x. That's a safety play. That'll give you more. That's a more profitable play. What was the one you had? And this is why, like, I think gaming is pretty crazy, because I think there's a lot of opportunity in gaming. Go ahead, Erica.
Big data protocol.
It seems like people are ignoring gaming.
Diablo Gala.
Yeah, it really does. Gala's down still big too. Okay, so 6 million cap. Man, this thing got crushed. When did this come out? 2022, $6.80. Currently we're at 12. Oh, that's not bad. Yeah, that's a solid like 60x if it can get back up there. Let's see. What is this?
That's a risky one too.
Yeah. Yeah, this looks a little risk. Data vault, data room. What do they do?
I don't really know, honestly.
All right. Yeah, this one, the website looks a little
Sketchy.
off-putting, but I mean, I like this part right here. It's a lot of information. Stake earned. So it's a staking protocol, looks like maybe. Data room, add-on.
I have like at some point I just gave up on what they do. Like Eric, like you say, I'm just trying to make money. I don't even care what they do anymore.
Yeah, that's exactly it. There you go. Hey, you saw
I used to go hard on that. I used to be looking and looking. No, I don't care.
Nope.
When
Not
you
at all.
when you care about what they do, that's when you get stuck. And that's when you don't sell and take your profits and all that. And
Mhm.
that's when you keep dumping your money back into it. I don't care.
Yeah,
Jasmine coin.
you keep going back in. That's the problem. Once that happens, you just keep going back in. This one's looking better and better. I actually like this one.
We're gonna go over the meme coin like Pepe, right? Because it surged the last couple of days.
Yeah, we just talked about that. Pepe is already gone.
You still bullish on Jasmine?
Yeah, I still have Jasmine. I plan on holding it going in. Look at this floor.
So is it? I mean,
Jasmine
right,
is on all major exchanges.
So now it's a good time to buy.
Yeah,
I mean, if you're willing to hold, if you can hold through the weather, it's always a good time. Look, $4.29. What's the price?
Well, that's what I was thinking. Should I hold when Bitcoin goes down to 20K?
Look, at this point, when I buy things like this, I'm not worried about selling them for a profit.
Yeah.
I'm holding them into the bull. That's just what it is. When I'm trading, I'm typically trading Bitcoin only. If I now let's say Jasmine goes to 10 cents tomorrow, I'm gonna shave some off. Why? Because I could put it in something else.
Rotate.
Right? That's just what it is. Like Jasmine may become some kind of super bull factor, but I'd rather have more exposure. Right? You get more liquidity, spread it out. Get more coins, get more exposure. That's how I play. I play this game. I think it was Shop. That thing jumped up
Shopping.io.
10x. I literally took, I think, almost 60% off the table, went and bought a bunch of other coins. It went right back down to where it started. I was like, oh, I'm glad I did that.
For
I
shopping.io.
lost it all. Yeah. You lost all those gains. And
Yeah.
granted, 40% still went back down to where it started, but I still got a significant amount more money than what I put in. So I was still able to profit off of it. It was still a profitable trade for me. And that's typically what I'm looking to do. I'm looking to consistently flip things if I need to. If I make a significant amount of profit, I'm going to start buying other things that are on the floor. What am I looking for? Things like what you showed, Erica, right there. That looks great. Arbitrum, Another one too that I've been watching and I'm still actively in. This one right here. I don't even know why it looks like that because it doesn't look like that on charts. It looks like shit. It looks more something like this. I don't know why they changed the chart to look like this. I don't know if they messed with the timeline or what they did here. But
So would you wait till 1.3 to buy it?
what's that?
This coin?
I'm not
Or
waiting
some-
on a lot of this. I just, I bought this. I told you guys when I bought this at 120, what was it 123, 129, something like that. I'm still
Yeah.
up, as you can see, still up.
And you're just gonna hold it till the bull run.
Yeah, that's it. I'm not, and I ain't gonna mess around with a lot of this. Like I'm taking active positions currently, and I'm just holding those active positions. I'm still trading the market. So when I'm talking about trades and I'm throwing up trades, like that's stuff I'm trading. But like
Yeah.
buying things makes sense, where they are right now currently. It's just about buying things that are like really looking bad, right? Like Fetch looks okay. 3 cents, 3 cents, 8 cents, currently at 30. Now this is 10x up from its floor. I wouldn't touch this. Let's look at Algorand. I'm going to show you guys what you need to be. Look. If you can go onto a coin and it's got a solid project, looks great, everything else, and it looks like this. Look how far in the red that is. Like this is DCA stuff, right? This is DCA. Let me show you not DCA. This is not DCA. Why?
It's already went
It's
on.
all-time high.
Well, it's all-time high.
All right,
It's also building liquidity, right? That
Yeah.
means that the move is already happening. If you're going into the bull run, you don't want the move to already be happening.
You want to be early.
You want to be early. Exactly. You don't want to miss. Yeah, you missed the train. Exactly. Lauren. Exactly. You don't
What
want to
about,
be the person chasing the train. What's up?
What about Moonbeam? I guess
We can
that's a
look
good
at it.
time to buy now, or no?
Yeah, I mean, you could buy this if you like it. Yeah.
Are
it's
you? You're still on
low
this one?
market cap. Yeah, I mean, I like Glimmer. I like Moonbeam. I like Dot products. I just hope to God that they're running by next bull run. Because if not, then I'm gonna be pretty upset. Not gonna lie. I played Dot last cycle. I got it really low, sold it at 50, and I want it to go higher, and it's not gonna go higher if the project's not moving. I'm consistently so these bull markets are opportunities to capitalize, right? Like that. I don't know how to better break this down for people. It is an opportunity to capitalize on liquidity and get the hell out and wait patiently for the next bear run to capitalize again. Parachain auctions, not even worried about it, man. Look, I'm not even going that deep with a lot of these. If I want to get in on projects, I'm buying launch platforms. I'm buying launch
Yep.
platform coins, and I'm holding those coins going to the bull run. And I'm going to get into some launch platforms. And when we're near peak prices on launch platforms, because they will peak out because everybody gets stupid bullish in the bull runs, I'll sell my launch platform coins too. Oh, XCur is a lot higher than 200x from its fall. I think XCur was at what?
Is that like $10?
$5, $10? Yeah.
Are you? Yeah, you're still bullish on XQ, right?
Oh yeah, this thing's been obliterated. Look at $367. Look at transactional volume. Now this thing could die. I'm not even gonna lie. Don't go your life
be-
savings in this coin.
It could be a scam.
No. It's not that it's a scam. I see the project. It's active, right?
Yeah.
This guy right here is talking about James founder took money, mismanaged, diluted, yada. Okay, great.
Yeah,
He said diluted. There's 14% circulation. There's no dilution. There's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
max supply.
I checked it out. It was like 6 million when it was the all-time high.
Yeah. So 6 million all-time high. Now here's the thing. It was $10.19. What's the price?
Wow,
100x is $4.
I guess if you look at the last year chart,
So if we just said this thing went to 100x, right? Let's say it just went to $4. It didn't even go to $10 again. Let's say it just went to $4. That's 100x.
pretty good. Yeah.
That's what that is. Do
You
I
already
need to
bought some
put
then.
do I need to put $1,000 on this? No, I can put a couple $100. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose. Why?
Yeah.
Because 200 times 100 is how much?
20 grand.
It's $20,000 from $200. That's a win.
Pretty good deal
That's a good risk to reward factor. It's a really good risk to reward factor.
versus just losing one.
Yeah, and if I lose, I only lose $200.
Yeah.
So, I mean, granted, it depends on your portfolio, but like, these are the kind of plays that I'm looking to actively take. Right? Like, look at this. Look at this. It's dead. It is dead. But if you go on their website, you look at their chats and everything like that, they're still active. They still have an active community. They're still actively posting every single day on different things that they're doing. They even
least
got an
once a
app in
week.
the Apple Store. So
It's a good
I don't
sign.
know. I usually I see people like and I say FUD, but you know I hate that word. But like I see people go on and hating on the coins that I think will do well. I'll tell you that. Like when I go in and I read comments like this
It's a
tells
scam?
me you
Yeah.
bought at $10 and your $10 is now worth 4 cents a piece. That's what that tells me. And you're upset. This is why you don't buy highs. This is why you don't buy tops of bull markets unless you know what you're doing. And when I say you know what you're doing, it means you can get in, get out. All right.
Right.
So that's one. And if you look, X curves on 1,781. That's what number it is right now.
Top.
Hey,
Yeah.
Will, you still a firm believer of Hex?
Hex, I mean, man, the liquidity is so massive in that thing. Oh, it's so- I would
guess
like
Hex
Hex
is
to
not-
drop back. I'm not.
You wouldn't buy it unless it's at its floor then.
If it was somewhere in here, you know, the
Yeah.
1.8, 2s.
1.8.
I'm just if I miss it, I miss it. It is what it is. This could be a move into a pullback, and it could do another leg up. Right? It could start building into the bull market. But we're not
Yep.
at the halving or even near the halving yet. So I want people to understand that too. It's constant discussion how we're gonna preload the halving. I think people are full of shit and idiots when they say that. Terra Luna, right? I don't know what they're planning on doing with that. I don't even know how they got liquidity back into that, but whatever. Let's see through here. Let's see if we got this was one I kept hearing about last cycle. Did really bad, by the way. And I'm interested in seeing what they're doing. All right. And then this guy here, massive crashes. Still sitting at negative. Like this guy's down 85%.
He held from the top.
He held from the top. So if you guys think of investing here, think twice. It's
It's
dead.
dead.
Not showing even a sign of recovery.
He's just
Massive
sour.
loss. Don't waste your time or your money here. So now,
He's just-
now I see that, I'll look into it. I'll do some investigating. I'll go ahead and star it so it's on here. Oh, hold on. Let me this.
Or maybe he didn't know what he was doing.
Well, that's exactly what it is. That's really the reality here.
A long-term coin.
Well, a lot of people take it like that. They really think that they can hold on to these things and they'll be long-term investments. So it's not the case. Not with altcoins. Not with altcoins. You can do it with Bitcoin.
Well,
but
Bitcoin
you
and
cannot
Ethereum,
do it with altcoins. What's that?
and ETH too, you know, after Bitcoin.
Yeah. Well, ETH, man, I don't know. ETH sketches me out. I'm not gonna lie. It's not the best network. It sketches me out that it didn't fall over. Same with BNB. Both of them will consistently be an issue for me mentally. All right, here we go. Cool. Sorry, I had to
What do
do
you
some login stuff there. What's that?
What do you think about ADA kind of, starting to take over ETH's position in the future?
I don't see a lot of adoption in ADA, not gonna lie. Like I see a lot from retail, but I don't see a lot from institutions. But I could definitely see them trying to run it again, right? It's just a matter of how high are they gonna try and get it. ADA's fully operating, but I do have positions in ADA. I do 100% have positions in ADA. I'll be real with you guys, but
What price?
I got it literally at the bottom. Didn't even know I got it at the bottom. I think like 25 or something like that. Yeah, like right in here.
So
Because
is
I
that your
started
first-
getting, yeah, this was my first purchase. And then I was thinking about taking a second here, but I haven't yet. But it looks like it's building up. So that's good, right? But it could build up and then come back down. But we'll see how that works out. There's resistance right up here. You can see it on the chart. So there is some resistance, but it could come up a little higher. ADA, look, here's 2017. Here's 2021. What do we see with ADA? What do we see?
3x.
But is it trending down or is it trending up?
Trending up. Yeah.
It's trending up.
So
So
it's one of the very few that goes up like Bitcoin.
all I'm saying, when you look at it from that perspective, ADA looks like a buy. That's why I buy it, right? Look,
Yeah.
trending down,
Opposite.
trending up. I'm not even using charts, guys. You guys can do this yourself.
I wasn't going to touch it unless I saw it hit around 20, maybe 18.
I mean, it's still a buy in here, I think. Right? There's some flush liquidity. And yes, you could definitely get wrecked here. It could come down. I think the floor, if it comes down, like the floor price is probably like 10 cents, 8 cents, somewhere's in there. And if you're buying at like 25, 30 cents, like you're 3x down your money, yeah, but you're not, these people that bought at $3 who are,
Wrecked.
stupid amounts down. Just ridiculous. I don't want to do the math on it. Just stupid amounts down. Telling me how ADA was going to go to $10, and I was like, yeah, that's not going to happen. But yeah, that's where ADA is. It's got a good amount of supply and circulation already. It's got a max supply that makes ADA valuable. It does, just like
So you
Ethereum.
think-
I
you
think
think
people
it'll come-
should. Well, here's the thing. I think people should be looking to accumulate ADA. I think they should be looking to sell the highs of the market on ADA. I think they should continue to accumulate it, just like they did with Ethereum and Bitcoin. This is one that I've liked. I've always liked it, but again, as far as institutions will follow retail if retail's there. I think retail's there. I just don't think institutions are there yet. Does that make sense?
Seems like they're just not flashy enough.
Yeah, but even not so flashy, institutions can get forced into certain markets if they want to appeal to their customer base.
Do you still like Polymesh?
Yeah, I mean, I've been watching it. I think your biggest gains are like in these, man. I really like. It's stupid. It's so dumb. But
PYR?
like, look, $44. Where are we at? 353. Right. This one right here is probably like a, I don't know, 14, 15x. But when you look at something like Illuvium's much higher. You look over here, Ultra. I think this is another one too that people just don't pay attention to. 89 million. Currently rolling back down. This was a high at 233, 26 cents. I think they roll back up, to be honest with you. So Altura, this is one that I accumulated. I told you guys about this when I bought it. I'm still up pretty big on this. I think I'm up 2x right now on this buy position. Look at it. Look at it.
This is a long-term hold for you, right?
Yeah. It's already started pulling out, right?
I feel like I can't get in already for this one.
I mean, you're still a ways from the high, so
I know. I keep watching this one. I'm like, damn.
it ran, didn't it? From that call, man. I'm up 2x on this position right now. It was a really good position for me to take. And
I know
if you-
another problem. For me, I think it was because it was on Ethereum. It's not on the exchanges yet, right? That was a problem
Yep.
for me.
but it's
Yeah,
on
I don't want to
BNB.
mess with it. I don't want to mess with it yet. Cause I'm sick of these gas. I don't want to mess with the gas.
No, but look. What is that?
Oh, BSC.
Yeah. I think it cost me 5 cents for the transaction. That's cheaper than the exchanges.
If I feel like not desperate, but if I feel like I have to get in, I'll just like put 25 or something like just at market.
You could. I mean, the market cap's low, right? It's really low. It's a gaming play. It's a platform. Good looking one. Web3 gaming. I think this is going to run. I really do.
Past its all-time high.
Possibly, yeah. Yeah, the gaming plays, they like, you guys gotta understand that the gaming, and it's not me trying to be like, oh, gaming. Gaming is $1 billion industry, and it's just getting started, I think, in crypto. I think everybody's paying too much attention to AI and not enough to gaming. And they're gonna miss the boat. Gaming's gonna start running, and they're gonna start chasing. Wilder, what was the high here? $7. 33 cents. Look at the website.
Mhm. I think this one's gonna take off too.
I guess, yeah, this one's a good one then.
This is made in Unreal Engine 5. That's the latest Unreal Engine.
Nice.
So this one's gonna be pretty crazy. During the bull run, they were selling like in-game houses for like $100,000, and people were buying them. NFTs, by the way, which
What
are
about,
now devalued by massive amounts. Which I'm thinking about actually getting some of their NFTs and trying to resell them.
What about a gamer coin?
Gamer
Or is it gamer token? Or GHX?
GHX.
Yeah, gamer coin. Gamer coin, yeah.
Oh yeah, this is another one I was watching. We talked about this. This one's, I think it's up pretty big from where it was at, but it's still rolling the floor. Like you could definitely get in on this. It's pretty much looks like it's dead.
Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, what about a UFO? Do you think it's still alive?
UFO is a tough one, man. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Let's see. Let's look at. Let's see how their price looks. UFO gaming, right? It's just been kind of rolling the floor. I remember this one the last bull run. Dark metaverse, huh? Site can't be reached. That's not a good sign. Esports. Careers, are they hiring? That is the real question. Oh, they are. Look, they are hiring a senior Solidity engineer and a tech lead. Okay, that's a good sign. That means they're active. Let's look at their high-end price here. 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros. And we're currently at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 zeros down. So you got a 0 and you got you're probably about
30x.
30x down from your high. So maybe
It's
call
not
this one a cool 20x if it gets extra bullish. Looks like there's a lot of people posting on it, likes it still. Reference blockchain games, yada yada yada, so on and so forth. Yeah. I do like this. Look, I love this. I love this. Why do I love this?
Max and total circulating.
No dilution.
Yeah.
No dilution. You want no dilution. That's the biggest thing. No or little dilution. One of the two.
Basically almost 100%.
Yeah.
What does that mean? No dilution.
So if there's any tokens that could still be dumped into circulation, it devalues your current token value.
Okay, so everything's in circulation basically.
Everything's in circulation. So yeah, this one right here is only 49% in. If they dump the other 50% in, your total value, like for price to be at $1.40, would have to be at 140 million market cap.
Right, got you.
Basically diluting the currency.
Yeah, they're diluting the currency.
Oh, okay.
But usually there's a lot of cases where where they dilute, but it's based on, you know, like seed rounds, funds, stuff like that, where they have unlocks and stuff where they can only do so much at a time. And it's sell pressure, but they never, typically projects don't just dump their entire liquidity pool on the retail. This one looks pretty good. I like the
round
round
this
out.
one.
Yeah, I like Cedarfly. It's Launchpad, man. I told you,
Yeah.
launchpads. I am accumulating launchpads. $1.40, extremely down. Look at the high here,
16.
$16. Right. So this one's down probably at least a little over like 11x, something like that. And again, what does it say here?
Gaming.
Gaming. What do you see here? Lots
Development.
of games that are being developed that are being launched on this website. So yes,
Metaverse, yeah.
Metaverse, especially, yeah. Reef was one I was watching for a while. I don't know about this one. Good, they don't have
Oh,
a
yeah.
max supply. This one's getting destroyed still.
You were talking about a Akala last time.
Yeah.
If you go back, you're still bullish on that.
Yeah, if we were talking about it, I mean, I haven't changed any of my opinions on anything that I've talked about so far. If I do, I will let you guys know, but
Yeah.
I haven't changed my opinion. Yeah, this one had a lot of partnerships and good stuff. Like, I did like this one. It's a Polkadot play too. I like Polkadot a lot. I think Polkadot will do well as a layer 0, which we don't have many of. Let's see.
Oh yeah, Velas.
Another one I'm watching too is like these meme coins, like the ones that haven't really moved and kind of roll the floor. Look at this peak high up here. 35 million in volume. That's 35x more volume than what they have here. Right. So a lot of these are down big time. Like this one's been around for a while. I'm not trying to promote memes, guys. I'm just saying like these are some DGen plays I'm looking at. 51 million market cap. Pretty far down overall.
Velas.
Velas, another one. Yeah, I like
The
Velas.
next Solana.
I think Velas will do well. Going to the next bull run.
Looks
Keep the
similar to
FUD going. Means this project will skyrocket. This one right here, peak high, sitting around 50 cents. Currently at a penny. That's, I mean, you're looking at least 30x there. So 1.9.
What place is that? Is that Villas? What rank? Like you going deep, right? Like 400?
420.
420. Yep. I mean, quick swap. You guys remember this one with ADA? This
Oh,
was
yeah.
ADA swap.
40,000.
I think I got these at 25, something like that. No, it might have been 45. Yeah. It was, I got these really low and I sold them up here on 90. And I showed you guys that big pump they had. And now they're back down here to 70. I don't think this project's dead at all. I really don't. I think this will be one of the utilized platforms with ADA. Once ADA's up and running, this does have a max supply. It does have a total supply. So I like this one, 40 million market cap. This is going to be a swap exchange for ADA.
Like a pancake swap thing.
What,
Mhm.
what was the one you just said like a minute ago that could be easily a 50x? I missed that one. I think you just went in and out of the page.
Oh, that was Velas.
Oh, Velas. Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
I mean, you said it was the next Solana, right?
Could be. It's the same tech. It's the same tech as Solana. Same as that. And it's actually a little bit better. I would say an improvement on their code.
So layer one.
What's up?
Helium. The helium was the mining, you know,
I'm not big on mining. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think people are really that interested in those type of plays. Like they'll probably do some numbers, but like I think the gaming sector is gonna be bigger than a lot of these, to be honest with you.
Phantasma.
Yeah, we talked about that one. We talked about Game Zone. Star Atlas is one I'm watching too. This one's major down.
Star Atlas is another good one. Long term.
19 cents. It hit a peak over here at 23 cents. It's currently worth 0.002 tenths of a penny.
It's pretty good.
Will, you mentioned that like a while ago, on, in the other group. Must
Yeah.
have it.
Mhm.
You
Yeah,
and-
this one's gonna probably this one. If this goes back to 20 cents, it'll be 100x
Yeah.
from where it sits.
So this is one you're definitely buying.
That's what I'm watching. Right. I'm not purchasing that one just yet. I am
Yeah.
buying. So what I'm focused on, I'll give you guys a rundown. I'm focused on launch pads right now. Right. My focus is launch pads and anything that deals with gaming, like gaming platforms, stuff like that, not games themselves yet. Star Atlas is a game. Right. So I'm going to be watching games, but I think they pick up closer to when we get closer to the halving.
Right. So you're looking for gaming platform tokens.
This thing just hasn't stopped. Jesus. I've been watching this thing, like trying to look for a possible entry, and it just never stops. 30 million cap. And nobody's talking about it either. Nobody talks about this coin. Oh man, I need to figure out who they're partnered with. You can see I already have them on my list. A lot of these you see right here are already on my list. Oh,
Exceed.
this is my list. My bad. This is my
Oh, can you post that?
see. Yeah, I posted it before.
Because it looks
Uh,
updated. Like there's some new ones on there.
Yeah, there might be.
It updates.
Yeah,
Like when he adds
if
stuff,
you
it
have the
updates.
link, yeah, it'll show the updated.
Oh, I lost the link. Dang it.
Oh, look at that.
Wow.
What we have here?
We got huge partnerships, right? Wow.
Games, hubs.
Oh, that's pretty good. So this is a good one long term.
Yeah, this is one that I'm into.
Yeah.
Let's
Exceed.
Exceed me. Yeah. This one's been getting crushed. Not a lot of chatter around it. Nobody's posting on it. But if you look here, look at the watch list. 28,000. And
pretty
if you
good.
look at the supply, it's 90% in circulation and it has a max supply. 7 million cap.
Degen.
Yeah, this is like a real play right there. Dude, I just
You think you
realized
could,
this is my entire list, so it's crazy.
You think you could share the link again?
Yeah, I'll share it again.
All right, thanks.
Vita, you know. So now you guys can see how degen I actually am. Yeah, this one looks pretty consistent. That's a meme coin though. Some of this is stuff left over from last cycle too. Just haven't cleaned it out. This is one too.
Game E.
Game swap. You'll notice most of the stuff I got in here. It's not stuff that, oh, look, 100,000. Look, we're taking off, guys. You got to jump on. None of it, right? It's all floor stuff. Because that's honestly, this is what you want going into a cycle. You want to buy a bunch of stuff that looks like this rather than a bunch of stuff that looks like it's mooning already. Because the boat's already gone on a lot of that. It's just gone. There's no gains in a lot of those. You want to be in stuff that's much lower cap. I think Slim is below launch price, and this is Solana. So if you're big on Solana, Selenium is going to be where it's at, right? This is definitely going to be one you're going to want to use. Why? What does it do?
Multi-chain. Launchpad.
Launchpad. Look at that. Look at all the games.
So this is like paid network, basically.
I think this is cheaper than ICO. The current price right now. And if you look here, what does this say? What does it say right there?
100%.
100% in circulation. Look at the market cap.
It's already diluted,
It's fully diluted. Fully diluted.
which is a good thing then.
Yeah. This one's a really good one that just a lot of people don't pay attention to.
Launchpad, don't you, is it like a special invite? No, because I'm like be confused.
So a launch pad is basically you have to own so much of the launch pad's tokens to get in on the launch. So if I wanted to get in on this one, right? They're trying to raise 150,000 USDC. But to get in on the launch, I need to have so much of their Selenium staked. And then on top of the stake, I get some back, right? Typically, that's the requirements to get into a lot of these launches, to stake whatever your launchpad token is. And then you can get into whatever launches you want. If you're not worried about selling the launch token, I mean, you could buy an equivalent amount to what you would need to get into a project at a high end position that was worth like 50 to 100,000 in a bull run right now for like $500.
Wow.
And then you could hold that position going cycle by cycle and just buy all the ICOs and IDOs going into next cycle through the bull run and sell them to people that are idiots who are going to buy these at the highs, the high of the bull run.
So what's the minimum for the launchpad?
I mean, each one has different ones, right? So if you look here, what does it say for this one? For if you want tier 5, guaranteed 5,000. If you want tier 4, or sorry, 50,000. You want tier 4, guaranteed 10,000. Now you're probably like, well, what does the 50,000 give that the 10,000 doesn't give? And it's probably position, right? You probably get to put more money in on this tier, more than likely, right? So you get more allocation of the token that you're trying to get into. This one you'll get less token, but you get a guaranteed position. This one right here is a ticket system. It means 100 tickets go out, 100 people that have this much Selenium can get into the position. This one right here is a ticket system. This means 12 tickets go out, 12 people who had the ticket can get this position.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So
Thanks.
if you wanted any of these positions, you simply get this much amount of tokens, you stake it. You have to stake obviously right here. What does it say? 365 days.
1 year.
1 year. You stake for 1 year. Not only do you get positions, but you'll get returns, right? So you'll basically get X amount of return for staking your tokens in the system.
But I guess you don't have to hold it and stake it. You could just hold the coin and sell it because it goes up anyways.
Yeah, you don't have to. Yeah, exactly. And that's what I plan on doing. I plan on staking some to try and get in positions, and then trying to hold some to sell off during the high to equal out my position that I bought at the bottom. So if I put in 500 to get a position, and let's say the bull run runs and I got another 500 sitting on the side to sell at the high, I'll sell the other 500 and it'll be like, it could even be as high as 100x my position. So like, let's say, let's go to paid, for instance, right? So paid at the high, I like to use this one because I did a lot on paid last cycle. Paid at the high was sitting around, if it'll load. Paid at the high was sitting around $5.24. What's the current price?
2
2
cents. Yeah.
So if it went back to $4, what would be my gain there?
200x. Yeah, 200x. No.
Yeah, you're right.
200.
Something
Yeah, 200.
stupid.
It would be 200x. So let's say I bought $1,000 worth of this token, 500 to allocate to staking, 500 to keep for selling. So 500 times 200 is how much money?
100.
That's $100,000,
It's pretty good.
right? And I know some of you guys will be like, dude, you're high. I'm telling you, this happens. 100%. Look, I don't even have to tell you. Where's price at? Where did price go?
$5. Yeah.
Look, they got hacked here. Where was price? 25 cents. Where did it go? Right back up to
insane.
People bought it right back up.
Yeah.
They
Well,
bought
you
it
know-
right back up.
You know who does that strategy too? Launchpad, Joe Parsi. He only invests in launch pads.
Yeah, launch pads, there's a lot of money. Like so many people ignore it. There's a lot of money in launch pads. lot.
One of the influencers, you know, he only talks about launchpad, right? And he got low subscribers, and people think that he's crazy.
That's what I'm saying. It's because they don't understand the strategy. That's all it is.
No, very interesting. You can make a lot of money. with this.
Yeah, you make a lot of money. A lot. Look at the market cap. What's the market cap?
2 mil.
2 mil.
Oh, yeah.
Because there's no
100 mil
projects
market
right now.
cap will get you there.
Yeah.
That's it. Well, there's not a lot of here's the thing with bear markets and why these things get wrecked. Every single bear market, there's no projects. There's
Yeah.
no new projects looking to launch. There's some, right? But there's not enough to go around. But in the bull market, these projects are actively searching for every single launch pad they can get on to get more exposure. And so these launchpad tokens explode. And these people buy these tokens for 50,000, 100,000 to get a position and stake them for a year at the high of the market. Granted, they learned the hard way later, right? But this is the time to be buying these, not later. And while everybody else talking about pay and this and that, I'm taking positions on things that make sense.
So you can buy as little as you want from this. You can buy $50 and sell it
Yeah.
anytime you want.
So anytime I want to the bull run.
You don't have to
Exactly.
stake it or hold it.
No, that's basically what I'm telling you guys. It's like, you know, the money's there.
Shopping IO.
But well, now I'm more confused. You said $50, but you said the minimum you could put like $100 or $1,000.
So it depends on, again, it's positioning, right? So like, for instance, the one we were just on, this one, you need 5,000 or 50,000 slim, right? So if we do the math on that, here, we'll do the math on it. So we're currently at 4 cents. We'll just say 5, right? We'll just break it even. So if you wanted to do 0.05 times 50,000, how much do you need for a position? For the best position?
2,500.
2,500. Now, let's say this thing does what the other one did, right? So 2,500.
Are you talking
Times-
about dollars? Like you talking about?
I'm talking about the high of the market. So we'll,
Oh,
we'll say it does what Pay did at the high of the market.
Okay.
That's how much your $2,500 would be worth.
What?
It was $4 and something for the high, I think, on that.
It was almost 6.
I
For
said, oh, shit.
Wow.
I discounted it.
I mean,
So will you get back 500,000?
If this did the same numbers Pay did,
Yes.
it's a new coin, so I don't know if it will. If it does the same numbers Pay did in the last bull run, which was about a 200x, it would be 500,000
Wow.
at the high from a
Okay.
$2,500 investment.
Okay.
Now,
no.
let's say you do the 100,000. It still gives you guaranteed position, or not 100, sorry, 10,000. It still gives you guaranteed position. Not as much allocation, but guaranteed position. Let's do that times 200. Or sorry, not that much. 10,000 times 0.04 equals
Wow.
how much do you need?
400.
You need $400 for that position. That's it. So remember when I said 500, I was 100 over. It's $400 for the cheap position guaranteed. Now, if you took the $400 and you bought an additional $400 to sell at the high because you got 400 stakes, so you can't get it out in the bull run, right? It's stuck, but you got it low, so it doesn't matter. But let's say you want to recoup this 400. You get 400 staked, you get 400 extra, and then that 400, we do that times 200, and this is your return on the 400 you put in.
Staking.
If it does 200, right? Let's say it doesn't. Let's say it does 100x. We'll say it does 100. So it'll be 40,000. That'll be your return. It's still significantly more money than you put in, right? I'm not trying to over exaggerate price versus, all that stuff, but I've shown you guys like these chains do these numbers. Like it's really stupid. I don't know why. Look, what is Selenium right there? 470.
Right.
So for it to go back to all-time high, that's 100x. So, and this was during when? 2022.
Mhm.
This is literally the worst part of the year. The worst part of the year rolled over, right? This one, fully diluted, working project, has a website. Come over to Twitter. Are they active? How many followers they have?
500,000.
500,000 followers going into the bull run.
They're still active.
Still active. What do you think
That's
happens
what's,
in the bull run?
They're going to go back to the.
All-time high.
They could go back to all-time high. They could exceed it.
So yeah, this is definitely on your list then, long term.
I'm
So you
looking
got
at the
half a
RSI on
million
it.
followers. Look, 500,000 followers. What's your market cap?
5
Yeah.
mil.
Does that make any sense?
Mm-mm.
Way diluted.
Well, there's just a lot of people who stepped away from the market that will be back. And when they come back, they're going to be stepping into things like this.
Or if you look at the RSI, man, that's crazy shit. You could really trade on that. Do scalping, god damn.
Again, this is why these are things that are on my list that I'm taking positions on while everybody else is chasing green. This is why I tell you guys, like, don't panic. Like, there's plenty of time. You don't have to worry about getting in. Like, just take positions on things as, you get paid. Take positions on things as things move along. When it comes to the bull run, guess what? You start selling shit. That's how it works. buying the bear, selling the bull. We talked about this last cycle.
Yeah, I didn't even know about Selenium. It's like paid network then, another one.
Yeah.
Another good long-term one.
So if we look at Rev here, Rev's completely destroyed. Rev's a hard one. I won't lie.
The gaming
I saw
one.
this one do well. Again, it's a game. I'm not
Oh.
big on a game. We talked
Yeah.
about that earlier. I'm big on what? What am I big on right now?
Gaming platforms.
Platforms and what?
Later ones.
Launch pads. Those two are the ones you need to actively watch. Launch pads and platforms. So, and I'm giving you guys, I know we talked about we're going to go into price. Don't worry. I'll look at more charts. But I'm giving you guys the alpha that you need to know if you were looking to buy, right? You can be active. Look, Bitcoin's up how many X's? And look at this coin. Look at it. What is it doing?
Hmm.
Nothing. It's doing nothing. It can't do anything. So I'll go back over here. These are things I am actively watching, right? I'm looking for things that are rolling floors. I'm setting them on my list and I'm watching them. I'm paying attention to them. Look at Tulip. Where's Tulip? Getting more and more wrecked, right?
Underwater.
Completely obliterated. This project might actually die. Look. I'm not gonna lie.
Flowers.
Look,
Buy
you
the bulbs.
yeah, look, I'll tell you this. If you are looking to throw $100 at something and pray,
Gamble.
this is one. But the risk to reward is massive here. Your risk is losing $100. And I mean literally losing it. Your reward, this thing explodes and just turns your $100 into
100x.
100,000. Nah, if it came back to life, this thing would do some numbers. Believe me. Volume. You can tell a project's going to die by market cap and volume. It doesn't
15,000,
have
yeah.
either. It doesn't have the interest. And if you look at circulating supply, nobody's going to like that.
Recording in
There's nothing they can sell here. They can't sell anything. They can't take profit as a project. So how are they going to fund themselves? They can't. There's no way. Like if you here, look at this. I just look at this token price 121. What's true value locked? What is it?
13.
13.54 million. What's market cap?
Under a million.
Million.
Another million. So this is very undervalued. If this or TVL stays and these pools don't get emptied, this could do some numbers. This could definitely do some numbers, right? Obviously, somebody trusts this platform with 13 million. It might be them doing it themselves. I don't know. But it has 13 million on it. There's yield being paid, and this is the market cap of the coin.
Rank 1400.
Yep. You just got to be careful with this one because it has such low trading volume.
They could rug
That-
pull it.
If they actually got some trading volume, they might start selling into it and increasing the circulating supply because they've had no liquidity for so long that they need liquidity to fund themselves. Does that make sense?
Yeah, but isn't that called a rug pull?
Well, rug pulling it would just be them closing out the project and taking all the money.
Yeah. It looks like.
But yeah, this one's a little bit dangerous. I am watching it though. That's why I have it on my watch list, not buying it. Right? I'm just watching it for right now. I get it. Always keep my eyes on the market. Velospad. Where's it at?
Floor.
Where did it go?
Hmm.
1 point.
About 120. Currently sitting at a nine tenths of a penny, right? 9/10 of a penny. Circulating supply does not look that great. I'm not gonna lie.
That one had so much hype in the beginning too.
It did, and it could come back. Keep that in mind. That's why it's on my list. It's a Bluezilla project, right? I don't know what it is about. They always hype these Bluezilla projects up and then they dump them. Never buy a Bluezilla on launch. Never buy a Bluezilla on launch. But you can definitely make money on this later if everything works out, right?
I put $50 into one after launch and lost 60%.
That's exactly my point. Never like you got to let those things roll down hard.
Yeah, oops.
But Velos is good though.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
What else is good?
ICO, not ICU. Not
Yeah,
ICO, right?
If you're in the ICO, you want to dump it on launch.
No, I said the IDO will be performed, right? IDO.
Yeah. So
It's not ICO then.
this is another launch pad. So this is one you want to watch. It has the AI narrative, right? It has the AI narrative. It has the AI, all the stuff that, VR and everything else, getting people kind of hyped on it. All that good stuff. So,
Oh, they're hype specialists, they are.
oh yeah.
Narratives. Yeah.
Hold on just a second. Sorry, I got a text.
But that's what you want if you buy the floor, but
Correct. Yeah. This is. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I'm gonna be taking some small positions in some of these. Win or lose. 2 million cap. Like this is consistently what I'm looking. Even if they dilute me, like if this thing gets going, gets to 200 million, for instance, like even a dilution is not gonna hurt my position. So
you buy 10, you win one, you've won.
Exactly. So I'm taking some small positions on some of these pretty actively. ShopX, another one I've been watching. This one's just been getting obliterated. It's like it's like there's no volume on it. It's 345,000. I wouldn't touch this right now. I'd let it kind of do its thing. We'll see where this go. I don't know where this one's gonna go. I'm not gonna lie. Revolve Games. It's another one. I think this one is a platform. Yeah, it's a platform. Liquidity staking. We've went over this one before. Looks like it's kind of dead. We'll see how this plays out. RPG is okay. 1.5 million, half the circulating supply. Doesn't look too bad. but price has definitely crushed this thing. This thing went to a high of 1.77, currently sitting at 3 cents, so significantly down. Let's see. Game starter. This one kind of fell off a cliff and just keeps falling. Look at the watch list. And again, this is something I'm typically looking for is high watch lists, high follower counts. Are they active? So on and so forth. And these guys are pretty active, right? How much noise
Is
can
that
they make in this
Bluezilla as well?
game starter? I don't think they're associated.
Did they do a? I think they did like a 4x or something when they had the AI pad launch. I think you could get it on Game Starter.
Yeah, possibly. This is another launch pad too, by the way. Meta games, all that good stuff, yada yada. Again, what I'm trying to teach you guys here is not, hey, I'm a gamer, yada yada. I'm trying to teach you these are areas where liquidity will flow. And there are low liquidity areas, so a little bit of liquidity will push these things really hard. Like they will run hard.
Hey,
So you're
Will,
betting $100.
Will, you're the only person that's talking about Launchpad. Never, other influencers don't even talk about this, except
They
for
don't.
Joe.
They
Except for
don't.
the actual Parsons, you know.
Yeah, they talk about all the shit that's pumping. That's all they want to talk about.
Or talk about the more bad news about the market recession and all that. You know?
Yep, exactly. I'm showing you guys where to put liquidity, not financial advice, but where you should be looking versus where other people are chasing. Right.
A lot of
Everybody's
influencers
chasing.
don't want to tell you what they are because they haven't put their money in yet.
Oh yeah. Or they don't want to take the chance on one of these projects failing, and then they're like, "Oh, you told us to buy this and it failed." There's always risk of failure. Everybody should be perfectly aware that there's always risk of failure. This is a big one. We talked about this in 2021. I think it will do well. Look at the peak high here. $2.30, currently sitting at 6 cents. Look at the circulating supply here. Look at the market cap. And I know you're probably like, holy shit, that thing looks dead like the other one. It does, 100%. But this is AR, right? And we talked about this before. This is the thing that really got VV going. So I think that they will do well. I really do. I'm not putting a substantial amount of money into them, but I am going to look to take a position on this relatively soon, especially where we're sitting right now. So I'm gonna watch this one play out a little bit, and then I might take it. I'll definitely notify you guys. So like just like I do in the Discord, if I buy something, you will know.
That could be the next Pokemon Go.
Yeah, it could be. That's actually a pretty crazy thought, but yeah. 8Pay. I heard a lot of people talking about this in 2021. I think this is dead. Not gonna lie.
Wait,
The
what was
volume.
the previous one called?
Arcona.
The one, oh, Arcana. Okay.
Yep. Poker is just poker. AirPad, the launch pad. I went through and literally tried to find every launch pad I could find. This one looks like people aren't happy with it. Getting destroyed still. I wouldn't touch this one yet. You can see right here, that's a solid downtrend. It hasn't even found a floor yet. So
It's a bit trashy, that one. That's one I did my 60% on.
yeah. Oh, this is the one that's wrecking you?
Yeah, I put $50 in, but I was just sort of early, like stupid.
Yeah.
It's probably the one token I've bought and gone, you're an idiot.
Yeah, it looked pretty bad there, I'm not gonna lie. LOKR is getting wrecked. I don't know if that one will come back either. That's pretty bad. Dogs of Elon. I don't know why this is on my list. That looks pretty dead. All right. Zen, that's something I've been actively talking to you guys about. I think Zen's about to fall back over, but I do think Zen is something we should be actively keeping an eye on for the next bull run. I think there's enough followers. The guy who has this, the Twitter guy, this guy, Jack Levin, look at his follower count. Like they have spaces where all they talk about is Zen. Like I think in the bull run, they will be able to get a cult following just like Hex and get this thing pumping. Dogs of Elon. Your airdrop is coming from what in November? Oh, Zen. Yeah. This is one I'm actually I'm pretty optimistic. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty optimistic about Zen.
Yeah, I'm waiting for my free ninja tokens.
1 year unlock. Nice. This is one too that nobody talks about. This one I made a good amount of money on. Kishu Inu. I thought this was a scam. Like I thought they were gonna rug pull this thing when I was sitting in it. But it did some numbers. Definitely did some numbers. So almost fully diluted circulation, 41 mil, sitting here at the lows. You can see they got this thing to peak up to like stupid numbers. So 1, 2, 3, what we got here? Some zeros.
Is that a meme coin?
Yes, one of my favorites. 6, 7. Yeah, they're like 2 or 3 zeros down from their position. This is a shit coin, guys. Like not at all an investable coin unless you want to do some gambling. WASDER, we talked about that. Engine starter. This is one I was looking at too. Another launch pad. Yeah, whatever. Looks like they got some games now. Portfolio companies. Oh, Blocktopia. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not. Here we go. This is what I wanted to see in Launchpad right there. Oh, these look pretty cool. This is their Launchpad right here for Engine Starter. They have a lot of games. Oh my gosh, look at this. That's pretty crazy. This one is 17 mil cap, 72% of circulation. And where's it at? Rolling the floor. High of 22 cents. Currently at half a cent.
Can't get
That's like-
diluted.
Yeah, it's like a 40x from where it's sitting. Really low trading volume though. I do want to bring that up. But again, I think it's just due to people not really paying attention to launch pads as much as they should, right? And same thing with storage too. I'm big on storage. So that's another one too. How has Stallion been doing since we talked about it? That's the real question. Hey, that's not bad. It hasn't came back down and revisited these lows. Look at this. Remember, I brought this up when it was an ICO. 33 popped up. It just kind of rolling that floor there. It's actually really good looking. Nice. That chart looks pretty solid.
Yeah, this one was on your long-term channel.
Yeah, this one looks good. It's still one that I'd be watching for sure. Realms, not too worried. We talked about meta influencers previously. I want to see how that's been doing since then. Rolling the floor still. Had a nice spike over here though. Nice spike. Roll back down. Really small market cap. Really low amount of circulating.
QuanX.
See how Quan's doing.
I was wondering if you still like this one.
No, he told me last week he didn't.
So
This-
21, 68% circulating, 21 million supply, 46,000 volume. Not too bad.
That's
I
not
love
what he
Quan.
said, Billy.
I
He said
know.
he wouldn't be buying it right now,
He
is
said
what
he
he
wouldn't
said.
buy it.
Right now, that's what he said.
Right.
And I was
It's on
kind of
his
right.
list.
Look at it.
It's on his list.
Listen, we made it. We made our money back on it. What was it? 2020, 21 when it popped.
Yeah, it did get a nice move. Got a really nice move. This is one I still hold NFTs from Alex hyping it up. That didn't turn out too well. Yeah, still actively watching 1.5. Current circulated sucks. 21. Cetify NFTs. I would say your biggest value out of all the ones we've talked about, this looks actually pretty good, would probably be Slim. Slim looks like the biggest potential out of all these.
You said Solanium?
Yep. That didn't look right. You see that? Look at the one day. It's like nobody sold.
It's crazy.
This thing just kind of rolling the floor.
It's like one whale ball.
36,000 a cap. This one is only 1% supply, by the way. So be really careful with this one.
Basically, it's a scam, right? Well,
Could be. Could be. That's why I'm watching it. I want to see if there's anybody else going to step in front of that. Plus, if you have these flagged like this, by the way, and you're logged in on your phone, you'll get notifications if they get price movement stuff. So it's good to have. Yeah, I think this is one I'm just watching. I don't think it's launched yet. But yeah, that's kind of where we're at right now. These are, as you can see, a lot of my stuff that I'm watching are all Launchpad related. There's BSC chain and stuff like that too. I'm just not too interested in Binance itself right now. So
as a strategy, do you recommend people hold 10, 20, 30 coins or just a few?
I mean, it's all whatever you want, you know, it's risk to reward
manage,
at the end of the day. You really, in the bear market, you can expand your portfolio as much as you want.
Yeah.
The thing with bear markets is that you can have a very expansive portfolio in a bear market. You just want to slim that down going into the bull market, right? So you start shaving profits as you start to roll into the bull market. That's really just the reality of a lot of this.
Asset rotation.
Well, asset rotation, or once you start getting the max FOMO, it's just cash only. That's the thing. Let's see. I'll put this in here. Everyone. All right, that's my current CoinMarketCap things that I'm watching. But yeah, that's where we're at with those. So we kind of get a better idea how you guys should be identifying and looking through the crypto market as a whole, right? Did we see any Pepe on there? Anybody see Pepe?
No.
No. I have memes, but I don't chase things that are green. I just don't. I have a rule. I'm gonna tell you guys. Look, I have a rule. Okay, if it's already moved, I already missed the boat. I'll find another boat. Believe me. I'm not going to swim out in the middle of the ocean to chase the current boat that's already sailing away. Do you know why? Can I swim as fast as a boat can?
No.
So am I going to ever catch that boat?
No.
No. So if I try to swim out to it, I'm just going to drown. Because I'm never going to get to the boat.
And there's literally another boat at the dock.
Yeah, there's another boat right there at the dock. Is it as pretty as the other one because the other one everybody got on? Probably not. But can it become just as nice? Yeah, sure. Sure it can. Or you could take that raggedy boat to a nicer looking boat.
So that entire list, you'll only get into the ones that hit the floor, not the ones that are above it.
I'm looking to invest in things that are investable. Right? And when you're going into a bull market, red is investable. When you're coming out of a bear market, right? When you're going into a bear market, you should be most of the way out. So going into a bull market, I don't want to invest in something like this. Why don't I want to invest in something like this? Well, let's look at the market cap. How much higher could Pepe go? 1 billion? 2 billion? What is that as far as X's go? Well, if it gets to 2 billion, that's 8X, right? But what am I betting on? I'm betting an 8X on Pepe.
Discovery.
I'm betting an 8X on a gamble I'm betting at 8x on a whim. Where can I get a guaranteed 8x with no gambling? Any of these. I could buy Ethereum. I could buy probably Bitcoin. Bitcoin might 8x, right? I could buy XRP. It'll probably 8x. I could buy Cardano. It'll probably 8x. I could buy Polygon. It'll probably 8x. I identified on every one of these that they have potential for at least a 10x. So why would I buy PayPay? Think about it. Why? Doesn't make any sense. Makes 0 sense. And if I want something at 175 market cap, didn't I just show you guys plenty of stuff sitting on my watch list that are 175 million or less, way less, that have good potential for upside? Here, let's go here by market cap. Let's sort out my list by market cap. We'll get to the 100 millions. All right, here we go. Vulcan Forge, I would say, is a much safer play, 95 million. Illuvium, much safer play, 141 million. Dogelon, meme coin, 144 million. Did very well last cycle. Why would I bet on PayPay over Dogelon? I wouldn't. I mean, if I'm going to go meme, I'm going to go with the one that has more potential for upside. This has more potential. Moonbeam, 222 million. Has way more upside potential because it has a use case. DAO Maker. And some of you may be like, what's DAO Maker? Again, another launchpad. Extreme potential for upside. This is one of the
That's
heaviest
solid
used
launchpad.
launchpads. What's up?
That's a solid launch pad.
Yeah, this is one of the best launchpads out there. One of the best. And guess what? Sitting right around the same market cap as what? As PayPay. So why would I buy PayPay? Nobody give me a reason? Outside of hype?
PayPay has more community.
I don't know. I'd say DAO Maker probably has a bigger community.
Maybe they were
PayPay's a DGen coin, and DGens get wrecked.
What's the follower count here?
600.
636. Let's go look at PayPay. Where's the official PayPay? This one? No, that's a person.
They might not even have one.
Hold on. Let's go.
It doesn't have a Twitter, right?
Yep, they should have. I think they got suspended a couple times already for some weird reason.
So if you guys suspended, definitely a scam there.
All right. So how many followers does PayPay have?
100K.
1/6.
How many followers does DAO Maker have?
6x.
Who has a bigger community?
DAO.
Who has a use case?
DAO.
Who has projects launching on them as one of the best platforms out there for launchpads?
Yeah.
Do you see what I'm saying? Kind of getting it now?
This is a definite long-term one.
Yeah, I mean, DAO Maker is always long. You can always play this one, but you always want to sell it in the bull for sure. But what I'm,
Ethereum, is that right?
Yep.
Blue chip Ethereum.
Blue chip. This is a blue chip launchpad. When it comes to launchpad, this is a blue chip launchpad. And it's valued at almost the same price as PayPay.
That's crazy. Oh, what rank is that, Will? DAO Maker?
So DAO is, where is it at? 146. It's not even on the front page.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty high for an IDO though.
Yeah, it is. It's got a good amount of liquidity in it.
Would you wait till it hits the floor?
I'm not trying to tell people they can't play PayPay. I'm just saying, think about things from a logical standpoint, right? When you find yourself getting FOMO at the mouth, go and look at some projects.
Would you wait for it to go back to 80 cents before buying it?
What? You talking about DAO Maker? You could really buy this anywhere. This is the floor. It's just a roller coaster floor, right? Up, down, up, down, it's just gonna keep doing that in this general vicinity. The peak is up here. That's where your peak is.
$8, so it might not make that much X then.
Might not. Might also make that much X because look, it also did well in 2022 or going into 2022, right? So maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But at the end of the day, the liquidity will flow into this, and this is the same amount of X's as PayPay. That's what I'm saying. Unless you think PayPay is going to get a higher market cap than the blue chip launchpad of crypto.
Don't buy green, and PayPay's green frog.
It's green frog. Green frog. Yeah, and if you look here, like I don't know, I think it's pretty low. Right? Your
not
low in
worth
here is
buying.
145. Your low in here is 80. Well, here's the thing. At a certain point, you just got to be like, all right, I'm going to buy here. I'm going to buy here. But everything below this green line is a buy. Right? See how you have red and you have green on here? Basically, CoinMarketCap's trying to help you identify the oversold, overbought territories. It's just nobody ever pays attention.
Would you use a Fibonacci tool on that?
You could use a fib, yeah. Yeah, you could fib it from the high to the low on downmaker.
And then start when it goes to start projecting your profits that way.
So if you wanted to use a fib, let's go in here real quick and look at it. I think I have it somewhere, so maybe. Let's get them out of the list. Dow. Maybe I don't. There, we'll go off KuCoin. We'll go crypto. And we will click here. So if we were to go high to low, Dow bottomed about the same time as Bitcoin. Let's just bring this down to the body. We'll make this a line chart. Ooh, look at that. If you make it a line, it doesn't even account for the upside. That's interesting. All right. So if that's the case, then we'll go to here. And we've already gotten above the red zone. And we're looking to hit the golden pocket. So 175, 181, somewhere's in there. So this could be looking to come back out. In reality, this could also be an inverse head and shoulders. So it's not looking too bad. Or is it here we go. You drop into your move, into your drop, into your move, into your drop, into your move. So it could be looking at something like that. This right here would be the neckline that it's looking to exceed. And that would be your move. So it could be doing that. Comes back up, retest the high, and then you got a breakout pattern. At this point, it should come up, hit the 50, reject, hit the golden pocket, come back up, break above the 50. Once it catches support on the 50, it should be upside. If this were to follow traditional Fibonacci, it should get to these prices on next cycle if it's super bullish. But yeah, these launch pads bleed out through the bear run. They just continue to bleed and bleed and bleed. But I think we're nearing the end of that cycle happening for launches. Not everything, obviously, right? So there's going to be some items that are just not worth the effort Like, I'm not going to chase certain ones. Like, again, when we talked about some of these that I was showing that had like almost no volume, they're not worth investing, in my opinion. They're just like Tulip, for instance, right? It doesn't have the interest. If it had the interest, why is its volume only $16,000 in 24 hours? You know, it's under $1 million cap, 16,000 in 24 hours. This means buyers and sellers have just consolidated and said, screw it, I've already lost everything, and walked away.
You
in my
could be
opinion.
playing a bot there too.
Yeah, this could be a bot selling and buying to itself.
You literally put your liquidity in and they just take it.
Yep. Yeah, this was a project that everybody was super bullish about last cycle, thought it would do really well, so on and so forth, and just hasn't panned out. You got no interest, you got no posts on it, right? It just hasn't done well. So we'll see how that pans out. But there a lot of liquidity is coming to the crypto market for this not to get any movement at all, really.
Yeah, I got absolutely wrecked on Tulip.
Yeah, you got to be careful with a lot of these, man. It's hard, but you just got to know when to cut your positions a lot of the time.
What about
Yeah. What's up?
what about Icon?
We talked about Icon before. I mean, if anything changes on these, then I'll let you know. But I haven't. Nothing's changed as far as Icon goes. It's just rolling the floor. There's not a lot going on there.
Yeah.
Volume is still good. If you look at 24-hour volume for Icon, it's sitting at 11.5 million. So it's not going anywhere. That means there's trading on both sides of the play here. All right, let's jump back in the charts. Lumber jumped pretty high for Pepperstone. I think it's going to come back and fill this gap. This could be a good short opportunity. I think it'll come all the way back down to 406, 407. I don't know what the jump was here, but that's kind of stupid. SMH looks bullish. Looks like it wants to come up and tap the high here, 248. Amazon, something I talked about. It looks like a compression move. So compression move is kind of like where it goes up and hits and pulls back to spring through, right? If Amazon can get above this trend, Amazon could be very bullish here. So something to keep an eye on overall. We do have a pullback here, but it could start rolling out next week. And if it rolls out, like you're talking like 150 Amazon, somewhere's in here, I would think that's where they're going to take price. They'll come up, they'll hit this one right here first, right on this 120, maybe pull back a little bit and then go for that 150. But Amazon looks really good for a run. I'm not going to lie. Like, even though everything looks dumpy, I would like to call this a rejection, but nothing has rejected in the zone once this came up, tested this finally. So I think Amazon pushes through here. Good opportunity for upside. LCY is something I've been watching. I was looking for a breakout here, didn't occur. Looks like it's just holding, but I want to see that breakout there. That's basically makeup, by the way, L'Oreal. So I've been watching a lot of makeup because it's just been doing stupid numbers. But Inter Perfumes broke above the high, holding support. Looks really good for just a continuation trend here. Could roll back under, but I think it looks good for upside. Cody, I don't know why I had this on here, but looks good. Looks like it came up, trend up, hit the high. I think this thing's not going to do too well. This is, again, another makeup play. Estee Lauder. So this one's doing okay. It's kind of trapped price, but it's trapped price after a spring up, right? Into a pullback, into a trapped price. I think it's going to spring again. That's my thoughts on this one. I really think it's going to spring again. You got a low of 298, and it possibly, if it breaks, even up to 345. That could be a good long position. Alphabet, Google holding support above the previous trend, so it looks like it wants to play in this zone. So high potential of 117, low potential of 102, but this is consolidation right here. Nat Gas has been great. I come down and we hit these lows, boom, broke down a little bit, scared me, pulled back up. I got to end the year on these calls. So I'm looking for call positions probably up to like 252, hoping that it can break up to like 350, somewhere's in there. You're probably like, why are you looking at makeup? Because makeup up only. I don't know what it is. We got breakout moves. Looks like it already broke above the high and validated the ascending wedge. Looks like it wants to go higher. So I'm looking for, makeup to continue being bullish even through this bearish run. You look at something like ELF, like you're talking about a stock that even through the bear run, look, 2020, 2021, come back a little bit, only in the beginning of 2022 while everything continued to dump. And what did it do through 2022? It just ran, right? Like I don't know what the interest is here. This is a ELF Beauty products, by the way, but this thing has caught a massive bid. So it could be a partnership or whatever. I don't know, but something I'm continuing to watch. But the beauty products area of the market seem to be very bullish for some reason. ARC, we talked about this. Move, consolidation, continuation. That's what I'm looking for ARC. This right here was the deviation play. So if it deviates, comes a little bit lower, it will just deviate to here around 100, and then it'll get a hard bounce up. And we talked about if it deviates high, it will more than likely start breaking down. So we don't want to see deviation to the high. Starbucks wrecked me a good chunk of the year. I took a lot of shorts out on this. Just doesn't stop. Looks like it wants to run for 118 here. Completely obliterated me on a couple of put calls. Striker looks good. Pulled up above support here. I'm looking for a pullback into a move, and I'm looking to consolidate here before we end up moving out of this zone. Could be wrong. They could just move it out, right? Just break and continue up for a ways and then consolidate out much higher. But upside for here for Striker, this is a defensive play. TTE got above its resistance long term, came back down into it, pulled back out. Looks like it wants to go, right? So TTE is something I'm watching. This is energy, by the way. XOM, very bullish, very, very, very bullish. It's just been up only for XOM. This is ExxonMobil. I don't know why ExxonMobil is so much more bullish than Chevron, personally, but it is catching a bid, man. Like Exxon is just, it's been a monster. So something you could have longed all year, or spot bought, but this thing has done some numbers. Basically $30 and now currently bidding all the way up to 120. This is what's making me think that oil stays and oil does not fall over, is you got all these gas stations catching bids. This right here, solid consolidation, right? Like don't ignore consolidation. This is solid consolidation. Yes, we got a downtrend consolidation. We could say, okay, consolidation continuation. I don't know, man. I don't know. I think that this thing has found a floor. And the reason I think that is because you got this solid uptrend against this solid sideways price action. That is showing me there's interest here, but we did break the trend right here, right? So we got to see what happens. Will they get back above trend, or how will this play out? But this could be a good position to take a long position. This is an actively traded ETF, both defensive and offensive. So it's something to keep an eye on. COP. So this is ConocoPhillips. So another energy play. Great breakout. Got above all resistances. Currently sitting above that. Looks like it pulled back to retrace, which it already did previously. Right over here. Shifted away. It looks like it wants to come back. So it might just be consolidating at the high here. So we'll see how this plays out. But I would say it's a buy around $80, $90. For more upside. So getting into NEE, Nextra Energy. This has been pretty bullish. I like the structure here. Structure looks good. Energy looks good across the board. If we take that, we're basically looking at a bull channel playing out. So we got a lower move, and they're basically playing the highs and lows, and then, breakout formation from here. So, and they've done this previously where they just pull back, take off, right? So pull back. This is something to be looking to get into. We're near the low end of the channel here, so you can buy really anywhere in this price range. TRP. So TRP has been insanity, but I'm long here from TRP. I think it swings back up based on all the price action that's done in this ascending wedge. But I think it's gonna swing back up probably to the midpoint and then form a lower high and then drop, right? Because this is a bigger ascending wedge. So I'm looking for a pullback at some point to 21, consolidation, breakout, get above, so something kind of forming like this. Just like what it did over here. BEP, I'm not willing to bid or call or put this. I'm not willing to call or put at this position. It's in the middle of the move. I don't like it. I want to see it there lower the high so I can take a position on it. CTRA, nice pullback. Looks like it wants to move off the 200. So we'll see if it can shift up. That would be good. This is energy play again. If it rolls over, it could come all the way down to like $19, something like that. VLO, pretty bearish on this one. They might play the high trend here. Lots of red flags. We got bear flags. We're near the high end of the massive ascending wedge that it's been in its entire life. There's a lot going on here that I think this thing, might actually go bankrupt the way the shape looks. CRC, another one too. Shift away, consolidation high. I want to see it fill this gap. Just not happening yet. I just got to be patient. I got to wait. Once they start breaking below here, they'll probably come down, retest, and I'll take the put from there and just roll that thing down on probably like a 6-month contract. HAL. So HAL's playing the high. We got an information high. Your information high. Boom, boom, boom. Coming back down to the lows, possibly back down to these lows right here. So if that ends up playing out, that's going to be pretty wrecked. 1387 is the low there of the overall trend. All right, we got CBE, Canovus Energy. Again, this is another one too. Looks good. Consolidation high, off the bounce at the lows. Consolidation high, continuation is the expectation. That's basically price moves and then breakout. It could just so you guys know, it could break out anywheres, right? Like I just like to draw it so you guys understand what the consolidation would look like. Just hold between the price zone and then a breakout to the moves. Usually you get a bounce from a low, consolidation, breakout again. If you get a bounce from the high, consolidation, breakdown again. So this one's a little bit weird. I tried to get a channel on it. It looks really jacked up. Or did this on a line chart? How would that look? Yeah, it still looks messed up even on a line. I couldn't get a broadening wedge to really work for this either because it's got this cap high, and I couldn't really. And like, I just look at it like this. They play the zone, right? And they come back down and they play into here, and this is some kind of anomaly here. But this has been the long-term drop position for Occidental Petroleum. So they could very easily get wrecked from where they're sitting currently. So I'm not willing to bid this thing at all. You could take some puts on it, but we don't know when the actual waterfall play will play out for this one. This is something I was talking about the other day. Dow Jones, broadening wedge, higher end of the broadening wedge. Could they break out? Sure. Just like they could break down, right? So just like how we held support here, we could hold the high here for however long before we end up kind of falling over. So this is a hard one to bid or put right now. Just got to kind of play it year by year and watch it kind of play out. If it breaks above, we already know that's long. It will break out from there. Euro USD, Euro's pushing back up against the dollar. We got a falling bullish flag or bull flag right here. So bull flag plays out, breakout, Euro against USD. So Euro will do well against USD. I don't know if that's USD going into assets or European dollar just beginning more value, which means their assets sell off pretty hard. So a lot of things can factor into that push happening. It's just hard to figure out which one specifically it is. US dollar, again, we talked about this, above $1, still strong on dollar, below $1, still strong on assets. So when we look at this from a whole, we're still above $1, right? So we're still bullish dollar until the dollar breaks $1. Apple at the highs, again, nobody's buying Apple. I don't care. Like, I guess some people can, but like this is a $1 trillion market cap company. Like, and it offers what? Cell phones? Yes, everybody uses cell phones. Completely agree. Does it offer innovation? No, they offer the same exact cell phone every year with here's a new camera, here's a new modification to software. Enjoy your new cell phone at 3 times the price it was last time. So I'm not bullish on Apple. I think Apple needs to die as a company and somebody else needs to take their place because their innovation has died as a company, in my opinion. They have zero innovation as a company. Shop, good.
The same unless you account them making their own chips now.
Oh, they're making their own chips. Yeah. I mean, you can, but like, it's just like when they try to get into the car industry. Remember, they were going to make their own electric cars. How well did that work out for them?
That was a garbage fire.
Yeah, exactly. It was bad. They're trying to expand beyond their knowledge and beyond their base. I mean, they get their cameras from Samsung. Think about it. Right? That's their competitor. That's who makes their cameras for their phones. So,
And there's, I think.
yeah, and when you think about it from those aspects, like it's like they're subbing out all the work and getting paid for it. Does that make sense?
Oh yeah, I've been using Samsung for over 10 years and I love them.
Yeah, that's the part I'm talking about with Apple, man. It's just like they make their own chips now, we'll say, but I guarantee the chips are probably made by somebody else, and then they just add some things to it and say, "Oh, we made these," just like they did with the cameras and everything else. Shop, man, shop. What can I say? Either this thing is going to be a bullish, massive breakout, and it looks like it wants to go, or it's going to be a catastrophic breakdown. I think it pops from here. I really do. There's just so much pressure here. We got that build-up zone right here. I think it pops through. I think it just goes. So shop could be a buy here, 48. Its next resistance isn't all the way until like 93. That's a 2x from here. I know a lot of people are a little bit skeptic on it.
I think it might retrace well and then hit as a W pattern and just shoot up.
It could. Yeah, that I would feel better. I would feel better. But a lot of these have been just V'ing out of these bottoms, right? And that's why I'm like really much a skeptic of the W. Even though I want to see that, it doesn't mean it'll play out, you know? And this thing could V. But if you bought here and it came back down, you could just double your position here, right?
Right.
Either way works. This is kind of that buy zone, I would say. And once that price gets up there, like there's no resistance from here to here. Like you might catch a little bit of resistance here where this bounce occurred, but like you're going to get there pretty quick, I think, from the way this chart looks. So like that for me is that can catch a bid. That can definitely catch a bid. And keep in mind that's almost 2x on a stock, right? That's a really good position to take and hold.
Hey, well, what would be the better play, like a call or like a spot trade?
So a spot is just buying it, whereas a call is actually betting price will go up by a certain date. You're betting on time and being in your favor, and you're betting on price going a certain direction and to a certain price. So it's all about what you want to do, right? Your calls and your puts make you a lot of money, stupid amounts of money. You know, turn 3,000 into like 9,000, 3,000 into 20,000, a lot safer than what you can leverage in crypto. But you do it at what they call deterioration or degradation of the contract. So it's basically just, you know, the contract loses value as days go on, even if you have later dated ones. So that value loss, if you end up reaching your price much later, you know, closer to your date, your value loss is pretty substantial. Whereas like if you can get it closer to date, it's a lot more. So like spot for me is really where it's at on a lot of these. It's just buy and sell, and then once I get that spot position and a lot, like even this one, like shop, I might not even sell that, to be honest with you. It's really the only competitor against Amazon. Think about that, like for like a second, right? The potential for shop, if they can get themselves in the right position to surpass a company like Amazon, it would be massive for them. They're the only online shopping company that can compete with them. Yeah, no problem, Martin. Yeah, for sure. So It's all about your outlook, right? You can even do half and half, right? You could do some spot and do some leverage. And that could give you a better position too, because if your contract doesn't reach your price and your value doesn't get to where you wanted it to, you still made profit off of your spot position. Usually what I see a lot of people do, or a lot of companies do, is they'll leverage in the position that they want to go. So like say calls, right? And or not calls, sorry. They'll put, because that's the only way you can do it. They'll put on the position, and then they'll call, and then they'll spot the position, right? So they'll take the spot buy and they'll take the put position, and that hedges their position. So if price starts moving in the favor of the spot, you can cut the put. If price starts moving in the favor of the put, you can hold the call, or not the call, but you can hold the spot and or buy lower to add to your spot, and you've really got no real loss. You just got to hold on to it till it comes back up. Art, what can I say? What can I say? Not doing a lot. Playing the high end of the range. I'd like to see it come down and retest the low here, right around 32.70, and then move off of that. I think they're going to swing up to like 44. I think they're looking to swing because you got the bull flag. This is a clear as day bull flag. Clear as day. Like I'm not going to lie about it. I'm not going to try and fudge it. I'm not going to try and, BS it. Like this is a clear as day bull flag. This is a breakout pattern. So expectations are they roll here and break out, or they come back down and revisit these lows one more time at lower prices and then break out. So that's kind of my expectation. I think they roll here personally and do something like this, and then come back and then roll up. But they could also do this, come back, roll up, hit again, come back, hit again, come back into, and then come out. So there is some risk in this price zone. But if you look at it from a bigger picture, if you're bullish on ARK, you got some risk there, but you got what I would consider a floor, right? And a floor is closer to here. So turn that black. As you can see, that's been your floor for a long time. Look at it. They hit their pandemic lows. I can't ask for any more than that with any stock. They hit here, 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 and here's 4. They can come back and hit it again. But what is that showing me?
Respecting the trend.
It's respecting the trend. So even if I buy here, buy here, buy there, buy there, buy there, I'm buying in the lower end zone. So your risk to reward should really be balanced more around the trend. So that's your risk. Reward is all the way up to here, potential to come back to trend, and then your real reward's up to here.
Hey, what
That's
can I
your
ask a quick
highs.
question?
Yeah.
So if something pumps, right, and there's high volume, then that validates it because it means there's a lot of people buying into it. But if it has the same pump and it's not a high volume, then what exactly is it making it move? If there's not a lot of people, if there's not a lot of activity or people buying it, what
Well,
is making it pump?
there's always high volume if it pumps. It just the reason that volume can be a little bit lower than previous is because it means that sellers are not selling and buyers are buying. And that can create an area of low volume, right? And we won't say low, we'll say lower volume. And the reason that lower volume exists is because they've gotten bears to be too scared to sell their positions or take profit. They've conditioned the market to do that. And that's what happens at the highs of markets, right? Your local highs. And once you get conditioned not to take profit because you're scared that you're going to miss the next bull run, or you're scared that you're going to miss the next run, or you're scared that the bear market's over, then they start taking profit on you. Because
Right.
lack of activity is what creates local highs. Does that make sense?
Yeah, so that's for every stock because
Anything.
anything because I've seen sometimes some examples where like even that Rayner's video where he's talking about when it rallies or when it goes up basically, and there's if you look at two charts where one's going up with volume, one's going up without volume, they're both kind of moving the same distance. So does that just go back to what you're saying about certain people just holding it and just the same amount of people are buying it, but the volume is not as high because there's not as much sellers?
Yeah, and that can go both ways, right? Just like there could be not that much buyers too, right?
Right.
So if there's not that many buyers and there's a lot of sellers, that means that price can definitely move in the opposite direction of the sellers.
Right, when it's going down.
That's what creates floors. Yeah, just like what creates tops. Now I want you to look at this right here. Look at volume here. Look at volume here. Look at volume here.
Right.
What do we notice?
The one blue looks like there's not a lot of volume. The one where it pumps.
Right over here, right?
Yeah, there's not a lot of volume.
And it looks like there's a lot of liquidity here, massive amount of liquidity. Look at it.
Yeah, it's huge.
But look at volume.
Yeah, it's very low.
It's very low. Why is volume low? Because everybody's buying and nobody's selling.
Nobody's selling.
So people
now you may now that can be a contradictory conversation, right? Because it's like, what do you mean? Because somebody has to sell for you to buy. Yes. What I mean is there's little to no real selling pressure against the buying. It's just people are hitting buy. Somebody's giving them what they're buying. Nobody's fearful selling here. There's no fearful selling. Now, what happened when we were up here?
More volume.
More volume, right? More volume. What does that tell you?
People are selling off.
People are fearful selling. Higher volume spike at a high position in the chart. People are fearful selling off. Then what happens? Volume then what? Drops, right? And now what are people doing?
Selling.
They're fearful selling off, right?
Selling.
And this candle right here has the highest volume out of all of these. What does that tell you?
People are panicking.
It means that buying and selling here was massive.
It's just the sell one.
What does that tell you about positioning? And what does that tell you about the market? That you could be close to a bottom.
So so it has to have both of them, a lot of buying and selling for volume to be high.
That's what volume is. Volume is activity.
Right, but if people are just buying, like on that big pump with the blue, that's a lot of activity, no? But
No.
it's just because
It's not. Because this right here could have been 100 billion, right? We'll just go with a number. We'll say 100 billion. This one candle right here, based on size to size, could have been 500 billion, both in selling and buying volume.
right.
Do you see what I mean?
I do. I just thought that for a stock to move up like it did with that pump, it has to be volume. Like it has to be a lot of people buying it to make it pump so hard. You know what I mean? I thought it was hand in hand, but I guess that's the whole deal with the volume. It doesn't necessarily mean that.
Volume is based on volume. 500 billion, 100 billion, 20 billion, 800 billion. Bigger candle will be the 800 billion. Smaller candle will be the 20 billion.
Right.
That's both sides. That's both sides. That's buying and selling. So when you see a high volume candle like this, it means both sides fought for price here. One side wanted to sell completely out. The other side wanted to support price. So what does that tell you about price here? It tells you that somebody saw value in this price zone. Now, how would we have identified where they were going to find volume or value? Well, we could have identified where they were going to find value based off of
Support.
the last down for the last up support.
Right.
Where did they bring it back above? Right above the last down for the last up. Now that they've already violated this area, though, where are they going to go? Well, they're going to slowly drift back down to the trend. But what do we see with volume?
Going up.
Is it? Is it going up?
Well, it's high in that area.
It's high here, but what is it here?
It's going down from the highs. Yeah.
Yeah. So if you take this from a higher high, higher low perspective, volume is slowly dropping, right? So typically when you're rolling out of a market to roll into a new one, volume will actually start to drop down. And that's what creates the curvatures of the lows before the moves out.
Right.
Volume drop, price picks up, volume stays dropped, price spikes. Where does price spike? At the highs.
Got you. So when there's the consolidation is typically low volume.
Consolidation is high volume.
Oh, right.
High volume, high volume. Drops and pushes are low volume. Make sense?
Yep.
That's why we call these what?
Pumps.
These are areas of liquidity that will be recaptured. That's what they are. This is why when we went to the BTC chart, we're like, all right, it went up here. It's going to come back down here. This is traditionally how markets move. Do they usually come back into the previous consolidation zone? No. No. So that's a bad sign, right? That's a bad sign. We would have liked to have seen it come and land on top and hold support, but that didn't happen. So, but the one good thing is that it's starting to find a bottom. While it's forming lower lows, it's getting less volume. That tells you what? That tells you consolidation. That tells you buyers and sellers are agreeing that this price zone is reasonable. While sellers are trying to maintain price in the zone, buyers are continuing to support price in the zone. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And that's where you get consolidation. And you get price range lows and price range highs. And then traders come in between the buyers and the sellers, the big boys, and they're like, oh, we've identified a low and a high here. So as a trader, I'm going to sell here and buy here. And you're going to get that consolidation. Why? Because traders are helping the sellers and traders are helping the buyers. Right? So traders are helping manage price in this price zone.
So what about when there's a pump and there's a high volume confirming that it's going to continue to climb?
Where's the pump?
No, I'm not saying in this chart, but typically isn't that the idea that when you see a breakout and it has high volume, that's confirming that it's going to continue to go higher?
You mean this?
No, I mean, I just in general, not in this chart, but isn't that something that we've learned, like just from stuff that I've been learning, that you don't kind of wait? No, that's not a thing. Like you don't, when you see a high volume, that confirms that it's going to continue to climb. Is that not the case?
No, we just explained that high volume.
No, I understand, but okay.
High volume is simply price ranging at a high or at a low. Right? It's a consolidation zone. That's high volume is only consolidation. That's it. So if we were to come over to Bitcoin, We're gonna look at this from a higher time frame. What are we seeing right here?
High volume.
High volume, right? What do we see right here?
Higher volume. Or like
High volume.
No
average
selling.
volume.
No, up here, there's buying and selling. What do we see right here?
Low volume.
Low volume, right?
Okay.
See it? Low volume all the way up. And then up here, we get a little bit of higher volume from here to here. Then price comes down. And what do we get?
Higher
A
volume.
spike in volume. That means buyers are like, no, hell no. Right? They're buying it back up. Boom. Volume starts to do what? Drop.
Go down.
Right? What is price doing?
Going up.
It's going up. Why?
Because people thought it was going to go to 100K.
People thought I was going to go to 100K. So again, sellers stopped applying pressure. Now the only selling that's happening is from the market maker. That's it. Retail has sat on their hands and said, we're not going to sell. We're going to 100K. What happened to volume? So I want you to understand something. All through here, what happened to volume?
Been low.
It was low. Why was it low? It was low because buyers thought, and they really did think this. I had plenty of people tell me how stupid I was. Buyers thought as long as we remained above 30K, that we were going to do 100K. And that this was a consolidation high for the next leg. That's what buyers thought. Do you know what kind of buyer this was? This was your retail buyer with the stimmy checks. Do you know what the reality was here? The reality was we have a double top with a deviation. Not a hard pattern to read. Remember when I told you if they deviate low, they go up? If they deviate high, where did they go?
Down.
They go down. Double tops and double bottoms, deviation high is down. Deviation low is up. They deviated high, indicating they were going this direction. That's what happened. And buyers did not believe it. Why? Because they bounced right off the 30K. Look at volume. Even a lot of the group, when I was in FS and I was telling you guys, hey, this is going to break down more. Like, no, I held 30K. 30K is the floor. 30K is the floor. That's all I heard. That's all I heard. And then the second this happened, what do you see with volume?
Goes up.
The next day. And that's on a small candle. Small candle it went up. So we had to break down the small candle push. You know why? Because sellers were waiting here. Sellers were waiting right up here for price to come back and try to touch so they could sell it deeper. And then you got volume in the same area, right? But what do we notice here as we're dropping? What do we notice?
Higher volume.
Higher and higher and higher volume. What do we notice here?
Highest.
Highest volume right here. Somebody dumped a ton of money into the market right here. A lot to push through bears. But now what do we have?
Very low volume.
Very low volume. with the expectation of 40K, 50K. So since this was the most loved zone amongst bulls, the most loved zone, what do you think it's going to be over here?
Same resistance.
It's going to be the most loved zone for bears. As in, boom, boom, boom. Look at all those supports. Boom, boom, boom. See how this works? While everybody's calling for prices up here. And really, it could even do something like that. What would that result in? If the market did this, what would happen here?
W.
W. That's your middle. That's it. Just like
It's
over
like
here.
turning the chart upside down, isn't it?
M. That's it. Now, do you think Zen crypto is going to be any lower if this W's? Doubtful. Do you think any of these coins we talked about today, Algorand, Arbitrum, they're going to be any lower if this thing W's? Doubtful. Now, do you see why I'm saying look at them and not look at the green ones? Because where do you think that Pepe is going to be if this thing W's?
Lower than that W.
A lot lower. A lot lower.
It's going to be licking the floor of Zen.
Now you understand why I'm saying buy red right now. If you're looking to be in the market, you need to buy things that are wrecked, not buy pumped things. You're not going to follow the rally, guys. You're not going to rent the rally. You're not going to jump on the boat and ride along with everybody else off into the sunset. The boat already left the shore. So if you are trying to get on the rally, your opportunity to get on the rally is the ones we talked about today. The red, the floor. You need to get on that broke down boat to get out to the main boat. You can always play catch up. Just don't chase. There's plenty of areas to catch up. All right, we've been going for a while. What are we at right now? Time wise. 2 hours and 39. All right, I have to take off, but do you guys have any last minute questions?
Thanks for your time, Will.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Well,
For sure. And I'll put this on YouTube and post it for you guys as soon as it's done too.
All right.
I do
Thanks a
have
lot,
one.
man.
Is it okay
Go.
if I DM you?
If you what?
Is it okay if I DM you? I do have one question, but I'm not sure about the validity of what I read on it.
I mean, you can just ask. It's fine. No biggie.
Oh, okay. You was talking about launch pads and all that, and I was kind of reading somewhere where I said the SEC, if you live in the good old land of the free, that they might attack you to any kind of launch pads that do airdrops.
Yeah. Well, it's not necessarily that's a hard one. So it's not just
Can I-
launch pads. They've
Can I
been
add
doing
something
that.
to that, Will?
Yeah, go ahead.
Just quickly. So, for instance, paid network in the past, if you've been a resident of the United States, you couldn't participate anyway. So, some of the launch pads technically shouldn't be affected in their future price action.
Yeah, almost all of them don't allow for you to participate as part of the US. You have to do it anonymously, right? And then if you can't participate, you can always still buy the token and sell it. So you as a person will be unaffected. The launchpad will be unaffected because there's no cross transfer going on there. They're not technically still operating in the US, if that makes sense.
Okay, damage done. Thank you, guys.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, I've heard that one as far as fear. They did go after Uniswap for a similar situation where they were giving out airdrops, but it's more that it's more they go after the person that got the airdrop because the airdrop is considered a high taxable asset because you got liquidity for free. So it's a higher tax bracket than your appreciation of the assets you bought, if that makes sense.
Would that be very similar to DeFi, Will?
Anything that you receive for free. Yeah. So like
any
rewards or gifts or anything like that, like those are technically in a higher tax bracket. I'm not a tax guy, but that was my understanding of the law position against it, is that they will tax you at a higher percentage if you received free money.
Yeah. Fair enough.
You could always look into it. There's a lot of info out there on Google and on the web and stuff on it, but that's my understanding of the situation. Just understand that will be taxed differently than your normal returns on other assets that you purchased.
I appreciate that, guys.
Yeah, no problem. All right.
Thanks, Will.
Any other questions before we shut things down?
Nope.
All right. Awesome. All right. I'll see you
Again, man,
guys.
take it easy.
Yeah,
All right,
I'll
well,
see.
be safe. Thanks,
Yeah.
guys.
Thanks,
See you guys next Saturday.
everyone.
All right, see you guys.
Thanks, Will.
Yeah, no problem.